Hey guys, this is what Naruto was the reincarnation of the Sage of Six Paths Part 3. Before this video starts, sorry I wasn't able to upload yesterday. I was kind of busy rearranging my room, moving my setup and everything, and that took a lot longer than I originally thought, so I wasn't able to upload yesterday. Also, Happy New Year's, and thank you for 2,000 subscribers. It's crazy, it's only been like, what, 3 months now or something? I've lost count, but either way, thank you for 2,000 subscribers. I hope you guys enjoy this what if. Once again, I made a new channel called Raid LT, link in the description. Go subscribe. And that, I start the what if. So in the last part, I ended off right after the Zabuza fight and the bridge builder Tazuna. He basically, asked if they can help him, or if they can basically protect him for the rest of the mission, or yeah, basically if they can protect him while he builds the rest of the bridge. There we go. And of course they accept. And Kakashi also asks Naruto about his eye, which is the Rinnegan now, and Naruto makes some sort of excuse saying that he must have saw something or he doesn't know what he's talking about, and because he's never heard of some sort of purple eye, or he'd make some sort of excuse. He's pretty big brain now. He's been trained basically by the Sage Six Paths at this point, and so yeah. And also Naruto, he wasn't really able to sense that Zabuza really didn't die. He wasn't 100% sure, but he just had a hunch that Zabuza was still alive because of the way Haku basically killed him. It was very suspicious, and he basically has studied the way Ambu and the way they work, the way they the way they do things, and he knows that the way Haku did it was really weird. Of course he doesn't know his name. He's just saying the way that person did it was very weird and not like a normal what's it called, not like a normal Ambu member would. And so either way, he just has a little bit of a hunch, and he just starts walking back with the rest of the group. Eventually they get to Tazuna's house, and Kakashi instantly, since he's not basically in a bed like he normally is because of his Sharingan, because he didn't use it, remember, the last part he did not use his Sharingan. But actually, I think he might have just for like a little bit, but he didn't really use it that much, so that part doesn't really matter. Basically, he just starts training Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. But of course, Naruto asked if he can go train by himself, and Kakashi wants him to prove himself. So first, Naruto has to, do the basics. He has to walk on water and walk on a tree, but he already knows this, of course, and he does it relatively easily. He just does it like it's second nature, basically. And Kakashi's like, okay, and do this, do that. Naruto has to show him a few more things before he's allowed to go train by himself. And after completing all them, Naruto's like, can I go now, Kakashi? And Kakashi's like, yes, I am impressed by what you can do, so you can go train by yourself. And Naruto's like, thank you, and he starts running off into the forest, and Kakashi thinks, wow, what kind of kid is this? He's extremely powerful for his age. He's not, he doesn't feel normal, is what he's trying to say. He doesn't look like a typical kid. Yes, he's seen strong kids before. He has, but nothing like Naruto. Naruto feels special. Something about him, basically, is what Kakashi's thinking right now. And so Naruto, while he's training off by himself, he's kind of honestly goofing off at this point. He'd be meditating, but for the most part, he also kind of be catching up on a little bit of sleep because the past few days he hasn't been sleeping that well. And so this is the chance for him to gain all of his energy back just in case. He also meditates again, trains a bit more, and at one point he falls asleep and he wakes up to Zoe saying hello. And he looks up, and as soon as his brain is basically awake, he senses the chakra that asks hello and realizes that it's the Ambu member, because again he kind of he can sense chakra really well. He's a sensory ninja in the canon, and he is now. Plus, he basically has the training of the Sage of Six Paths, which I'm pretty sure at this point he'd be able to sense chakra relatively easily. And so he's able to sense that it's the exact same chakra. And so he kind of stands up immediately, like, huh? What? And he realizes that it's a lot more different, or not different, like I'm talking about what he was basically expecting. What he sees is someone that looks like a girl, of course. Haku, the first one of the first few traps that I've ever seen IRL, or not IRL, but um he basically wasn't expecting expecting the way she looks or he looks. Dang it, the way he looks basically. And Naruto automatically again senses that the exact same person, and they start having a talk. And um the more she he talks, the more pity he kind of feels for him, because he's kind of talking about his backstory about Zabuza. Well, not about Zabuza specifically, like, referencing him, but he's not actually saying his name, and saying that he has a special loved one that he likes to, help take care of, one that basically rescued him, blah blah blah. And Naruto also notices as Haku's talking to him, he can sense the emotion that he's kind of feeling. He's kind of feeling anger towards Naruto, but he doesn't want to kill him. He feels friendliness coming from Haku, but it just there's some sort of anger as well. And eventually Naruto does connect the dots and realize that Zabuza is more than likely still alive, and Haku is his accomplice, blah blah blah. And I'm actually gonna say this is a few days after the Zabuza versus Naruto fight that happened in the beginning. And so yeah, Naruto just basically feels more and more pity, and just like, I really don't want to kill them. I can see where they're coming from, why they're criminals, blah blah blah. And again, because he's not heartless, of course, he's still Naruto basically, and he just overall feels really bad for them. It isn't until Haku starts to leave and Naruto turns to him and says, Haku, uh, or because, well, Haku told Naruto his name, of course, like he did in canon, and Naruto, before Haku would leave, would go, Haku, please, yeah, I'm saying please, don't come to fight me. I really don't want to fight or kill any of you guys. I'm begging you, please just run off, enjoy your life or something. I'm begging you. And Haku would also turn around and say, well, that's not my choice, Naruto. And he would start running off. And Naruto would just be sitting there like, dang, what a shame. I really don't want to kill them, but if it comes to it, I will. And he starts just training up again. And then I'm gonna skip to when Zabuza starts, Zabuza and Haku starts attacking Tazuna. And this happens, like, I think a few days after Haku and Naruto meets. I think I forgot how long it takes, but either way, um so basically that all happens and Naruto's there automatically, and Sasuke is already fighting, or they're already basically fighting. Naruto gets there late again, and it's Sasuke versus Haku right now, and Sasuke is losing pretty badly. And it's Kakashi versus Zabuza, and Sakura's guarding slash protecting Tazuna. And so, what was I gonna say? Naruto eventually again he gets there and he starts helping Sasuke. You can see that Kakashi's holding up against Zabuza pretty well. It's Sasuke that's kind of losing pretty badly to Haku, and with his ice mirrors and all that, because at this point he already has them activated. Sasuke's trying to fight him back, but he barely can. He can't affect his ice mirrors, and so Naruto jumps in, and Sasuke's like, "You idiot! Why would you jump in here?" And Naruto, "Don't worry." And he would start flicking the ice, which would start breaking it actually, because how like hard he's flicking it. Again, Naruto's really strong at this point. He would just be able to break it with just a flick. And anytime Haku would try throwing any sort of pins, or I forgot what those things are called, the things that were used to knock out Zabuza to make him pretend like he's dead, or make him seem like he's dead. There we go. Basically, uh, I forgot. Wait, never mind. And so basically, Naruto was already prepared for any that he was going to throw at them, and they weren't going to affect Naruto in the first place. So he wasn't worried. He wasn't going to dodge them. He was basically just, or yeah, he wasn't going to dodge them. They would just basically deflect off of him. I'm going to say because how speedy he is, he'd be able to block them really easily, and that wouldn't even affect them. But Sasuke didn't know that, and so from Sasuke's point of view, Haku would basically throw these ice needles at Naruto, and the to Sasuke, it looks like Naruto just doesn't even see them and is focusing on the ice mirrors. So Sasuke goes ahead and jumps right in front of Naruto, taking every single needle. And Naruto just turns slowly and goes, Sasuke, you idiot. Why did you jump in front of me? And Sasuke's like, you're the idiot. You didn't move. And Naruto goes, are you okay? And Naruto looks at where the needles are and realizes that all these needles hit vital organs, or like, or most of them hit vital organs. Some of them didn't, but it hit him in places that Sasuke would basically die from. And Naruto's like Sasuke, and then he turns back to Haku, which is saying, "I'm sorry, it had to be done, Naruto." And he knows that at this point, from the way Haku's talking, that he tried to kill Sasuke, and Sasuke is basically like dying as they're talking, and so Naruto goes, "You," and like he starts getting mad. He starts basically it's really cold all around him, and Naruto starts breathing heavily, at the point where steam is coming out of his mouth, and he is starting to get mad. Like steam is coming off his body because of how mad he's getting at that point, and he looks up at uh Haku and goes, now you've made me bad. I didn't want to kill you guys. I didn't want to hit you at all. I didn't want to do anything. If it was my choice, I would have brought you back to the village. But you had to do this, Haku. You could have lived a better life. But no, you had to choose this. And as soon as he says that, a big flash of light just hits Naruto. It's a yellowy orange light. And of course, this is him activating KCM1, but just in a stronger, more like angered way, basically. Because again, him and the Nine Tails are basically friends at this point, but he can't really handle KCM2 just yet. It's a little bit too much power, so he can only mainly use KCM1 right now. Man, I need to breathe more when I'm talking. But either way, yeah, so basically he activates KCM1, and doing this, it's kind of an angered version, and so it pops up with a big flash of light, basically. And so Naruto just starts beating up Haku, but is trying to restrain himself, but he's just getting so mad that he's letting himself fight. And even at this point, Kakashi and Zabuza are even watching Naruto while they're fighting, and Sakura and Tazuna are just watching Naruto, like in awe of the power that they're all feeling. The way Naruto looks right now, he's just completely fighting him and wrecking Haku. And Naruto starts to try holding back more. Again, Kakashi and Zabuza are still fighting, and Kakashi is about to use his Chidori on Zabuza, and Haku can see this and tries to get away, and by a stroke of a miracle, he barely slips out of Naruto's grasp, and eventually makes it to Zabuza, basically, and jumps right in front of Zabuza. And of course, Kakashi kills Haku right there and then. And Raizi does this. Zabuza steps back for a bit, and Naruto starts to like get down. 'Cause at this point, Haku and Naruto were fighting like up in the air, and what's it called, at this point, Gato and all his men and all of them start coming, and starts talking, and kicks Haku's body around. And this is when Naruto gets even more mango. Zabuza, you're really gonna take this? Haku told me that all he wanted to do in life was to protect you, to follow you. He would have been with you no matter what you did to him. You're really gonna let Gato disrespect his dead body like that? You're gonna and would basically talk no jutsu him until eventually Zabuza um basically puts the knife in his mouth, and he starts just fighting all of Gato's men, and eventually he gets to Gato and pushes him into the lake, or into the river part, and basically takes Gato down with him. But then Naruto would just jump into the river, get Zabuza, get Zabuza and bring him back to the land, and leave Gato to die. And of course, Gato dies right there, and the rest of his men that survive just runs away. And so Naruto would right there and then, like, put Zabuza right next to Haku, and start talk to Zabuza like, I'm sorry this had to happen like this, Zabuza. I'm sorry that any of this had to happen. It didn't have to go like this. But once again, I'm very sorry. And Zabuza's like, it's okay. I deserve this. And he would tell Naruto, you're a great ninja. Keep it like that. Please. Follow your dreams. I've heard I've heard of you before. Or actually no. He would just basically say, just become a great ninja in life. Don't let anybody go down the same route I have. I was an idiot. But thank you for this. And as he says that with his dying breath, he dies right there and then. And Sakura, right, like, sorry. And then all of a sudden, Naruto just hears Sakura scream, and he looks behind him and goes, Sasuke! And he completely forgot about Sasuke for a second, and he starts running back, and he goes, Sasuke, are you still there? And he looks at his, at the needles and goes, yeah, I can't pull those out. If I do, he'll die, or he'll die a lot quicker. I can still sense chakra in him. He's still alive. And Sasuke is just barely, I mean, barely alive, and is barely able to talk. And he's talking to Naruto, saying, Naruto, you big doofus. And Naruto would run, or get closer and go, Sasuke, please just hang in there. I'll find a way to basically heal you. And Sasuke's like, no, there's no point. If you guys try to take me to the village now, I'll die on the way there. And say, Naruto, for me, please follow your dreams, become the Hokage, be the greatest ninja ever, like you always dreamed of. And he would also say, and once again for me, please kill Itachi. For me, please. I'm not going to be able to if I die right here and then, but you will still be alive. So please, just avenge him, or avenge me, or no, avenge my clan for me. That's my last wish, Naruto. And Naruto's like, no, Sasuke, you're not gonna die. Not here, not never, not until we're old and gray. And as soon as he says this, he hears a voice in his head saying, Naruto, Naruto. And he goes into his mind and goes, Sage, what's up? Or, yeah, he's basically saying, what's going on? Why'd you call me? And the sage would go, or the sage of six paths, that's who I'm referring by when I say sage. Either way, him. He says, Naruto, there's a way to save Sasuke. Do you remember? And I was like, what are you talking about? How? Tell me, please. And the sage is saying, Naruto, the king of hell. Do you remember how to summon him? And Naruto's like, I didn't think about that. Thank you, sage. And you go, no problem. Now hurry up before he dies. Because once he dies, you're not going to be able to revive him. And Naruto's like, okay. And he gets out of his mind scape and go, okay, everybody, step back now. And Kakashi's like, what do you mean, Naruto? And Sakura's like, what? Why? And Naruto says, just saying, don't ask questions. Just stand back now. Please, before he dies. And all of them just start stepping back. And Naruto's like, hopefully this will work. And Kakashi's just sitting there like, what is he doing? What is he thinking of doing? And as soon as, all of them step back, he basically summons the King of Hell right there and then. And both Kashi and Sakura are like, what the heck is that? What are you doing, Naruto? And Naruto picks up Sasuke's almost dead body and brings it to the King of Hell and puts it inside of his mouth. Or, goes inside of his mouth, drops Sasuke in there, and walks out. And Sakura's like, Naruto, are you crazy? What are you doing? Why are you putting him in there? And that's when Naruto says, don't worry, this will help. And as soon as he says that, the King of Hell basically closes his mouth. And Sakura's just sitting there in disbelief, like, did Sasuke just die? Did that thing just eat him? And she is overall just confused. And a few minutes or a few seconds later, it opens its mouth again, and Sasuke just comes walking out, looking at his hands like, what the heck just happened? Wasn't I almost dead? And Naruto's like, welcome back. Glad it worked. And at this point, Naruto's like almost in tears. Cause again, they've been best friends for a long time. That's like Naruto's one and mainly only friend for a long time. And so Naruto just really glad that actually worked. And Sakura's like, what was that? And during this, Naruto had his Rinnegan activated, and Kakashi's like, I knew it. So Naruto, what is that? Is that what I think it is? Because I'm pretty sure Jiraiya told Kakashi when Kakashi was younger about a student that had the Rinnegan. He'd probably described it to Kakashi, and Kakashi would ask Naruto, "Is that the Rinnegan?" And Naruto go, "Yeah, it is. I'm sorry I didn't tell you about this before, Kakashi, but if we can you please keep it a secret from everybody? I'm begging you. It's for the best. Trust me." And Kakashi goes, I will, but how did you get that? And Naruto's like, I can't quite say that just yet, but you guys might find out sooner than later. And Kakashi's like, okay, I'll trust you on all this. And so, yeah, Sakura at this point goes up to Sasuke and starts hugging him. And Sasuke just like, please get off me. And after a bit of talking, and they end up still going to Tazuna's house as Tazuna keeps rebuilding the bridge, and eventually the bridge gets named the Great Naruto Bridge as it does in canon, and they all go home. And so following uh the next few weeks, I believe they eventually see the Sand Ninjas, which is you know Tamari and Gara and that one brother that I always forget his name because I don't know. I just always generally forget his name. Either way, him. He basically, um, he basically runs into them bullying Konohamaru, and starts talking and asks why the Sand Ninjas are here, blah blah blah. And Gaara eventually gets down for the tree and looks at both Sasuke and Naruto, and kind of senses great power from Naruto because again he has the Nine Tails, and then he also has Sage Six Paths, and he's a little bit scared of Naruto, but he can send or what's his name? No, the One Tails. I completely forgot his name. Shakar. I forgot his name, but the One Tails. Gaara can hear him talking and saying, basically talking about Naruto because Naruto has a sage of it in him, and the One Tails can sense that and is trying to get Gaara to get closer to him, but Naruto's Naruto's kind of getting freaked out, and Gaara is just like saying, "Huh? They're saying things about you. They say you are father. Who are you?" And everybody's just saying like, "What? Why is Gaara, saying crazy things?" And they start talking for a bit. Him, Gaara, Tamari, all of them, and they actually no, they don't start talking. They just eventually they just walk away after that. And Tamari asks Gaara what that was about, and um Gaara says, "Don't worry about it." Blah blah. Blah. And so, um, afterwards, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura all go to Kakashi and ask Kakashi why the Sand Ninjas are here, and he eventually talks or reveals that it's because of something called the tuning exams. And Naruto's like, "Oh, I've heard about those. I didn't know they're coming up so soon, though." And Kakashi's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry you've heard of them, Naruto." And Naruto's like, "Well, I've done my studying before, Kakashi." And Naruto then asks, "Well, are we allowed to participate in them?" And Kashi would go, "Well, I would have to ask the Hokage, but all three of you guys would want to participate. Are you all three of you guys willing to?" And Naruto would say yeah, Sasuke would say yeah, Sakura would say yeah. And so Kakashi would go, "Okay, I'll go ask the Hokage to see if you guys can participate in the training exams." And to this, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura would kind of celebrate a bit. And that's where I'm going to leave out this what if. Sorry it's so short. It's only going to be around 25 minutes long. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, all that. Don't forget to, again, subscribe to my new channel. Again, Happy New Year's. Thank you for 2,000 subscribers. I might do a live stream later today or tomorrow. I don't know yet, but either way, once again, hope you guys enjoyed. And see you in the next one. Peace.